The New York Rangers have found their next star, as one player in particular is standing head and shoulders above the rest of the Rangers prospects, absolutely ripping it up. We're going to break down who this is and why he could have a significant impact in the very near future. We're also going to break down some other Rangers updates today on this episode of Rangers Digest. But before we get into all of that, a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button. About 74% of you who watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if you want to stay up to date with everything New York Rangers, this is the place to be for all your New York Rangers daily coverage. So go down below, hit that free subscribe button. And again, you get to stay up to date with everything that's happening with the New York Rangers. Now, the Rangers, I believe, have found one of their next star players. We've already seen Gabe Perreault make his NHL debut. It looks like he's probably going to make the team. We don't know for sure. He might not make the team out of training camp, but there is another player that is making a lot of noise and could be standing at this point head and shoulders above the rest of the Rangers prospects, and that is Adam Sykora. And recently, Remy Mastery had an interview with Adam Sykora that we're going to get into, and he's also playing at the World Hockey Championships for Team Czechia and the men's team, and absolutely ripping it up right now. So he is going to be a great player. Let's get into it. Rangers top prospect displays his true colors while opening up during the men's championships, and he had some great quotes in here. Again, this is from Remy Mastery, who got a chance to meet with him and talk to Adam Sykora. And Sykora was practicing with Slovakia in Stockholm. Excuse me, I think I said Czechia off the start of the video. It's Slovakia. My apologies. But while it seemed to be difficult to pull him aside at first, Mastery was privileged enough to speak with him for a half hour. And he had a great quote, and it's very eye-opening to a degree, from the Rangers prospect. And he went on to say, "I know after practice there's some time to improve myself, like shooting or skating. I can always do better," Sykora said. "Every time I use the time to get better. If you want to get better, you have to stay longer and just improve yourself." So first of all, first half of that quote, love that from a prospect, because he understands, the process and how you're going to get better. And it's not just, you're going to get better overnight or just hoping that you're going to get better. This guy puts in the work, and he has been doing it. We're going to get into that later in the video as well. But I think I'm getting better every year, just getting more chances everywhere. I think I'm improving a lot. And honestly, he has been. We'll take a look at his stats here now as well. I mean, if you look at his stats from the last couple seasons, he has been playing for Hartford in the AHL, and he has been improving every single year. Now, there was only a 7-point increase last season, so he had 23 points in 66 games last season. This season, 30 points in 71 games. More of an assist guy, of course, right? Not putting up the most goals, but I think he's going to be a very good player because he's constantly improving. He's working on the little things as well. Last year in the playoffs, he had 3 points in 10 games for the Hartford Wolfpack. Again, a little bit harder to score in the playoffs. We all know that. But it looks like he's improving year in, year out, and obviously taking a big step here, playing in the World Hockey Championships as well for Team Slovakia. So you'll love to see that. Not the biggest guy if you're not familiar with him. Again, a second-round pick 3 seasons ago at this point, 3 drafts ago, with this upcoming draft coming in just a month away. But again, not the biggest guy, 5'10", 180 pounds. He's trying to put on more weight, he said as well. He's trying to get bigger and try and make the NHL. But I feel like this is a guy that could make some noise coming up here soon. And he also said that he tries to bring joy and fun to the game as well. And he said, just peace on the bench. If somebody scores, I'm the first guy rooting for him. It's positivity and energy is what I can bring to the bench or the locker room. Just try to put the team together and bring some fun. That's a big thing too, because the Rangers, I'm not saying that Sykora is going to make the team next year, but he could be a player that's on his way up and could make an impact in maybe a couple years at the NHL level. But that's a big thing, because when you look at the Rangers team last year, what a miserable bunch, right? Like, that was the whole thing last year. Not the whole thing, but obviously we know what happened with management, and obviously the disconnect with some of the players between the coaching staff as well. But it looked like nobody was having fun really ever. Like, when did we see those hugs after the game? Maybe a couple times last season. So nobody was having fun. So this is something that you need to bring to the bench, just having fun, everybody rooting for each other. And there needs to be a bit of a culture reset for the New York Rangers in that way. And the Rangers staff and players know his attitude quite well, as he remains a dedicated worker and does it with a smile on his face all the while. So again, he's putting up a pretty impressive performance here at the World Hockey Championships as well. This was a pre-tournament game, obviously a friendly against France, but still putting up the points. He did score recently as well in the tournament. And again, the 20-year-old, and he's only 20. Let's keep that in mind as well. He's still developing, and he was playing overseas for a while as well. So still getting used to the North American game, which, make no mistake about it, is different and more physical especially in the playoffs. So that's something you have to get used to, which I think that he is, and I'm glad he's getting that experience now. But again, he's coming off a season with 9 goals, 21 assists, and 30 points in 29 games, which is pretty good. And Sikora could feel himself steadily improving and making strides in his overall development. So some good stuff there. And that, again, is his stat line. Like I mentioned, he was playing in Slovakia until 2023, where he did make the jump for the end of the regular season in the AHL. He played 2 games, and then he played 4 playoff games where he got 1 assist in those games. And then again, he played the following season, and then obviously this previous season that just wrapped up. So he's getting that experience with the North American game. Again, he's only 20 years old. He's going to be 21 this coming season in this September. So something to look forward to in terms of his development. Again, against France on May 3rd in a pre-tournament game, he's scoring for the men's team. So putting on a great performance. And then just yesterday against Team Canada, he won Player of the Game for Slovakia against Team Canada. And Team Canada is stacked in this tournament. A lot of guys ended up going over for the tournament. They have Jordan Binnington in net. They have Marc-Andre Fleury in net. They have Sidney Crosby, Nathan McKinnon, just to name a few. There's a lot of really good players on that team, and he is a workhorse. So this is a great sign for the New York Rangers. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. And he just won Player of the Game. So is he going to make, I mean, we can take a look at it now. Is he going to make this lineup next year? And again, this is just assuming they hang on to Chris Kreider and a couple other guys. Of course, K'Andre Miller's here as well. He needs a contract. This is going to look different come opening night. We know that. It absolutely is. Is he going to make this lineup? Is he going to crack the opening night lineup? Probably not. But I think he's a player that's probably next up. Like we know on the defensive side of things, Matthew Robertson finally got into the lineup right in the last game and all of that. So Gabe Perreault was probably penciled in for a spot right now on the squad. So, you know, he could be maybe the next in line from Hartford. So I think that's going to be an interesting thing to keep an eye on. But, you know, in terms of prospects, because I would not say Gabe Perreault is a prospect anymore, although he could end up in the AHL to start the year. We don't know exactly what's going to happen with that. But I wouldn't label him a prospect. He's played in the NHL, and I would assume he's going to make the team out of training camp and probably have a significant impact next season. But in terms of prospects, Adam Sikora is looking like he is going to be the next guy. He's that guy, probably top of the list. Again, the guy who's probably going to get called up first. So it's going to be fun to see how he continues to develop and keep an eye on his development down there in Hartford. But it looks like things are moving quickly. He's playing against men, obviously. He's playing the pro game in North America. He needs to get into more playoff games as well. Hopefully he can do that with the New York Rangers, but we will see what happens with that. And last thing I wanted to mention here is we will be touching on Mika Zibanejad in the next coming days because there's a lot of trade rumors. There's now rumors that they may want to hold on to Mika Zibanejad, and they believe that Mike Sullivan can work with him. We're going to have a video on that as well, so stay tuned for that because there is going to be a lot of turnover, I believe, with this roster this offseason still. I think they really want to retool the defense and what's going to happen with Chris Kreider and Mika Zibanejad. We're going to have a ton of content on that over the course of the next week as well, so stay tuned for that. But let me know in the comments what you think of Adam Sikora. I feel like he's the next guy in line to either get the call up or, you know, he's the next guy to be looking at now that Gabe Perreault looks like he will be in the NHL full time. But let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with everything New York Rangers.